You're not choosing how you love. You think you are, but you're not. The way you pull away when someone gets close, the way you cling when they pull back, the way certain people feel safe and others never do, no matter how much they care. That is not your personality, that is your attachment style. And it was decided for you before you were old enough to have a say. In the 1950s, a psychiatrist named John Bowlby made a discovery. The way we are cared for as children creates a template, a blueprint for every relationship that follows. Mary Ainsworth later proved it in the lab. She watched how babies responded when separated from their caregivers. What she found changed psychology permanently. Babies did not all react the same way. Some cried briefly, then settled when the caregiver returned. Others clung desperately and could not be soothed. Others showed no reaction at all, and some behaved in contradictory, confusing ways. 4 distinct patterns, 4 attachment styles, and the terrifying part, those same patterns show up in your adult relationships, right now, today, in how you text, in how you fight, in how much you let people in. Most people assume they just have bad luck in love. They do not. They have an attachment style they never identified, and it is running on autopilot. The secure attachment style is the baseline, the one we were all supposed to get. Around 50% of adults have it. These people had caregivers who showed up consistently, responsive, present, attuned, not perfect, just reliable enough. And that reliability created something powerful, a nervous system that trusts. In relationships, secure people communicate directly. They handle conflict without catastrophizing. They do not need their partner to regulate their emotions. They can be close without losing themselves, and they can be alone without falling apart. If this sounds foreign to you, it is not because you are broken, it is because your template was built differently. The anxious attachment style comes from inconsistency. A caregiver who was sometimes warm and attentive, other times unavailable or unpredictable. The child's nervous system learned one lesson. I have to work for love. I have to earn it. I have to monitor constantly to keep it. In adult relationships, this becomes hypervigilance, scanning every message for hidden meaning, reading tone, counting response times, seeking reassurance, then feeling guilty for needing it. The anxious person does not want to be this way. They are running a survival program, built when love felt like it could disappear any moment. The deepest fear underneath anxious attachment. I am too much, and eventually everyone leaves. But the anxious style is only one half of the most painful dynamic in relationships. The other half looks completely different from the outside, but comes from the same wound. The avoidant attachment style comes from emotional unavailability. A caregiver who was consistently dismissive, who did not respond to emotional needs, or actively discouraged vulnerability. The child learned the only lesson available. My needs do not matter. It is safer not to have them. In adult relationships, this becomes independence at all costs. Avoidant people do not feel comfortable with emotional intimacy. They pull back when things get serious. They feel suffocated by emotional demands. They value logic over feelings. And they genuinely cannot understand why their partner needs so much. But here is what most people miss about avoidant attachment. These people do want connection. They want love. They just learned that needing people leads to pain. So they built walls that even they cannot see over. And then they wonder why relationships never go deep. Anxious and avoidant partners are magnetically drawn to each other, each one confirming the other's deepest fear. One pursues, one withdraws. The pursuer chases harder. The withdrawer pulls further. Nobody wins. Both feel completely alone, but there is a fourth style, and it carries the heaviest weight of all. The fearful avoidant style is the most complex, also called disorganized attachment. It develops when the caregiver is both the source of comfort and the source of fear, childhood trauma, unpredictable behavior, emotional chaos. The child's brain faces an impossible situation. The person I need to survive is the person who scares me. There is no coherent strategy for this, so the brain develops none. In adult relationships, the result is a constant internal war. They desperately want love, and they are terrified of it. They pull people close, then push them away when it gets real. They self-sabotage when things finally feel good, because somewhere deep inside, feeling good means something bad is coming. Research places fearful avoidant attachment at around 13 to 28% of adults. It is not rare, and it is not a life sentence. Here is the most important thing attachment research tells us. These styles are not your identity. They are patterns. Patterns built from old data. Data that was accurate once, in a specific environment, with a specific people. That environment no longer exists. Attachment styles can and do change, not through motivation, not through deciding to be different, through evidence, real lived experience that contradicts the old pattern, a relationship that is consistently safe, a therapist who stays, a friendship that does not punish vulnerability every time something or someone provides what was missing. The nervous system updates slightly. Psychologists call this earned secure attachment. You were not given security, but you can build it. One relationship at a time, one moment at a time. Your attachment style has been shaping your relationships your entire life. Most people never even know it exists. You now do. That is where change begins. Subscribe now. Thrice a week, we go deeper into the psychology that shapes how you love, how you fight, and how you finally connect in the way you always wanted to.